Hi, hello and welcome. Welcome back to another Onkruid video, to another unedited Soulstone Survivors video. Last episode we unlocked Purity, which increases the damage caused by 50%, but it is reduced for each type of negative effect on a target. We are definitely applying it in our little barbarian run here, and then let's see what kind of... Well, a swing is most of the time just physical and doesn't apply that many negative effects, and then I guess a slam is probably gonna be the same. What we're going for today, by the way, is the Curse level 2 on the first map, which means that not only do we receive less healing, do explosive goblins appear earlier, elite enemies spawn more frequently, and every time you kill an enemy there's a chance of falling a meteor, blah blah blah, but clone army as well. More elites, and they are stronger. Let's get straight into it. I took the barbarian because, well, of course, this guy is all about that physical damage. Although he already applies bleed, I feel like we're gonna be able to build a nice build that focuses on that purity rune with this little fella right here. And I'm excited to do so. The second run through of all the maps right now to get the curses up to level 2. I know that this is not necessarily the most efficient way to unlock everything, but it is the way that I'm going about it because I want to get the most out of this game. Maybe off camera I will farm, expensive. Maybe off camera I will farm some more of the prestige levels and stuff, because I realize that they are also desperately needed to unlock a whole bunch of new things. But therefore you just need to play a whole bunch of runs. I did notice, however, that right now, starting from this second level of curses, and then probably increasing more and more once we get over to even higher level of curses, you also get stun and no, just bloodlust. I don't want anything that applies this effect, that effect. We want purity. We want, pardon me, raw damage. We want just to swing and not miss. But I do realize that I noticed that the experience that you get towards the prestige levels also increases now that your curse level is increasing. So it's gonna help me out incrementally to make the game more difficult so that I can farm the prestige levels easier and quicker. There we go. I already see that we have 2 elites right now, whereas normally we would have just 1 elite at this stage of the game. Sure, let's go for a little bit of a defensive build, because maybe because we're going so hard on this purity thing, we might not do enough damage to immediately one-shot enemies, and therefore they will get a couple of hits in on us. All things to worry about later today, though. I think Cluster Bomb is gonna be great for us because it applies no negative effects. So it's just gonna explode. Explode on top of everything. Beautiful. That really helps us out a lot. Area effect on the cluster bomb, sure. Cluster across my screen, big man. Leviathan is also going to be very helpful, of course, because that even upgrades our raw damage more. Titan's Cleaver is exactly what we're looking for. And did I notice that correctly? Damage is multiplied based on your armor power, so going defensive might even be the best offense. That's an expression that a lot of people know. The best defense is a great offense, or sometimes they switch it around. The best offense is a great defense. I think it's very much applying to war scenarios and stuff as well, which is of course a scary scenario, but I think that in that case sometimes defending your own country is going to be the best approach, instead of heading out there, sending all your troops away from the motherland into enemy territory. Not that I have that much ideas about how warfare should be done. Slow attack, but it applies confused. But then again, if we don't have that many other applications, this could still be fine, because I mean, I don't think we're going to be able to fill up our entire active screen without any applying builds or applying abilities rather. So I think Heroic Strike is going to be a nice addition, because it's going to be just a nice burst of damage. I can see that it already does more than 1000 damage. It is of course a slow ability, but we are also desperately looking for upgrades in the physical frontal domain, and I think that Holy Slice is definitely also going to benefit from them. Area of effect or critical damage for everything. Critical damage for everything is probably going to be better for now, because I feel like we can still use some nice all-around damage boost to actually make sure we get rid of the enemies in a timely manner. Beautiful stuff. You know what I'm reading? I'm still reading Paper Towns by John Green. I haven't had nearly as much time to read as I would want lately, or well, I haven't invested as much time as I would want into reading. It's not necessarily about not having enough time, but I've just been doing so many other things, like for example recording 20 Soulstone Survivors videos in one day. All of these apply a lot of effects. Is there anything that applies a little less effects, maybe? This might also just be an effect. Bladestorm! Bladestorm! Bladestorm is exactly what we're looking for as well. Pure damage, no effects needed. And it seems like we are already doing quite a nice number on this lord right here. Easy enough, relentless for the attack speed for all different skills, and we love to see it. A bit more area so that our Bladestorm starts covering the entire map. And I think we're in the money. I think we're onto something right here. I think we're gonna be doing great. We're gonna be laughing straight to the bank, or all the way to the bank, or however the saying goes. Beautiful, amazing stuff. Shockwave Totem applies an effect. Body Slam doesn't. And it's based on our maximum health. Oh, but we already have... Let's just get rid of Double Slash. Yeah. We don't want to apply bleed. We want to have pure damage. I think this is gonna up our damage quite a lot, because I don't see a lot of effects being applied at all by now. I think by now only the heroic strike is really applying effect, so I think we really got our build to work over here. Beautiful stuff. The fisting build, that's what this guy is called. It's called the fisting build because it feels like he is just using his bare knuckles. And I'm not talking about the bad guy from Sonic. I don't think he's the actual bad guy. I think maybe in one of the earlier games he was the bad guy, but he has been converted to a general member of the team. I've never really been that much into Sonic games. Pokemon, Mario, that was all my shit. That was something, those were the games I was really into. I was a based Mario enjoyer for a while, but Sonic, yeah, no, never quite got the appeal of that little blue motherfucker right there that rolls and dashes around really quickly. Of course, I played some Sonic games, especially on the Nintendo DS, big one, that was still a thing. But I was never like, oh, new Sonic game, I gotta cop that on the down low, I gotta really buy that right now. No, not the case. For Mario though, yeah, sure. I wanted to buy the new Mario games. I remember buying Super Mario Galaxy 2 for the Wii, for example, because I knew that it was such a great game. Even though I had never played the one, but I heard from friends and stuff that it was an amazing game. And I vividly remember having an amazing time in Super Mario Galaxy 2. Truly a beautiful game with new mechanics, new ideas, and the implementation of gravity can most of the time be very nice in video games in general. What other game did I really enjoy on the Wii? I played Call of Duty Modern Warfare. No, not Modern Warfare. Which Call of Duty did I play on the Wii? Maybe it was kind of like a separate idea or a separate concept of a game. Maybe it was not one of the known games, but I definitely played one of the Call of Duty games on the Wii with one of those handheld guns that you had to put your controller in. More beautiful times. They're still drilling, they're still working on the heating system for our neighbors, by the way, because it's still the same day. Either way though, I also loved, absolutely loved, is it My Sims Kingdom? I think it was. That was some of the funniest gaming experiences I have ever had, that's for sure. Increase the damage modifier of Bladestorm, though I would rather increase my area a bit more. I vividly remember, this is one of my core memories if for somebody that has watched the movie Inside Out. This is one of my core joyful memories. The guy saying, "My name is Dr. F." And the F stands for rockets. That was, I don't know, but as a child that cracked me up to oblivion, and it still does. It's just a piece of random humor, you know, and random humor always hits the spot for me. Not for everyone though, a lot of people find that random humor to be a bit low effort and focused on children. No, I will always find it funny. And being funny is important to me. I like to be the funny guy in social contexts and stuff like that, so that pans out nicely. Although it doesn't necessarily, because if the brand of humor you like fun, like random humor, dark humor for me as well, is not that generally applicable or generally liked by everybody. Not everyone is a based dark humor enjoyer like me and my friends. It can bite you in the ass. You can shoot yourself in the foot by making the wrong remarks with the wrong people. They can immediately have a very poor idea of you or a bad idea of you and your intentions if you make a dark humorous joke that they do not enjoy. I especially noticed this in university as well, where you have this very tight group of friends that I had that have the same well, I don't necessarily know if they exactly had the same branch of humor as me, but they got used to my remarks in that way, and they knew that I never meant it, and I was never like really, really, yeah, serious about what I was joking about. But then you had group works with other groups, people that don't know you all that well, and sometimes you forget that and you make the same types of jokes that you would normally with your other friends, and that can, yeah, that's where the awkwardness can come in real quickly. I vividly remember. Well, no, I'm not even going to talk about that off camera because that is so far on the edge that I shouldn't disclose that information publicly. Either way, though, I love something shocking, something offensive. Although I'm not into gory stuff. I remember there used to be this program on MTV where they showed injuries a whole lot. I think it's called Scarred. They showed, for example, skateboarders bailing out epically, or BMX riders, snowboarders, all those things, breaking bones and stuff, and really having open wounds. This was back when political correctness and thinking about what was shown on TV was not that big of an item yet, where you could still drop the F-bomb, while you saw Gumayushi steal Baron in the final game of League Worlds without having to be reprimanded because you did it in front of 800,000 people. This was still when everything was okay on television. And I know that my brother always wanted to watch those videos, those episodes of Scarred, but I always wanted to look away because I didn't enjoy the type of content at all. Gore and accidents and stuff, and yeah, I think that ties back into what I was talking about earlier, that I'm a comfort person, a person that likes to be at ease, to be calm, to be in a calm environment, and seeing people get hurt is not contributive to that at all. It doesn't contribute to that fact. It makes me a bit uneasy, it makes me cringe, it makes me wince, and that's not what I'm looking for in a calm Saturday evening spent in front of the television. Not at all. No thank you, sir. Made quick work of that second to last lord in this build, or in this run I should say, but what I also want to say is that this build is definitely potent, and it's definitely very nice. It works well, because keep in mind we are at 10 curse score right now. There's a bunch of negative effects stacked on top of the general toughness that the enemies always possess, so we should be in a bit of a pickle, but I feel like we are not. We are not Rick from Rick and Morty at all at this moment, no. Get that reference, one respect point. Everybody knows about Pickle Rick because of course it's the funniest thing you've ever seen, right? It's peak comedy. It's peak comedy and peak humor. Oh man, I feel like I've been talking continuously for the past 12 minutes without taking a single breather, so let me just calm down a little bit. The last part of this video is gonna be a bit zen. It's gonna be a bit calmer. I'm gonna allow myself to breathe in between my statements, and maybe that will slow down the brain juices as well and provide something actually insightful and funny to listen to for a change, instead of me just rambling. Let's see, what is there still to talk about? The Rambo train is coming to a halt in the station a bit, but we're not picking up new passengers at all. No, it's just coming to a dead stop. Maybe the day is almost over. I guess the recording day is almost over because I'm always headed off to work. And I don't think that after work I will still have the time to record any more videos. Either way, it was quite a productive video on the YouTube front already. Vicious Strikes, nice timing. That's a bit too late. That's showing up to the party a bit later than fashionably late, you know? You can show up like 5 minutes late and then people will be like, oh man, that guy has a busy schedule. Glad that he could join us, because obviously he still has a lot of other things to do and he's only at the party 5 minutes after it actually started. But no. Vicious Strikes right now, you came 20 years after the party is over. The party was for childbirth, a baby party, a nice drink because somebody gave birth to a beautiful little new human creature, and the day you arrived at the party he is headed off to college. So that's a bit too late, my man. You can still leave your gift at the door, but just fuck off. Your pizza's cold anyway, go home. The party's over. Easy enough. Curse level 2 completed on the first map, headed into the second map for the next episode, but that will be recorded on a later time. Thanks a lot for watching, see you in the next one, bye bye.